Let's Reason Together is brought to you by Apostle Prince, making God's Word come alive to you.
Thank God for another wonderful opportunity to come to you through this medium. This is Let's Reason Together. Anytime we meet on this platform, it's about going into the Word of God to tap into the wisdom of the Almighty, applying them to our lives to have a better life. Don't forget, behind our minds is that we want people to live a happy life. So sometimes the question is, it looks like Christianity rather makes people sad. Well, that is how it has been painted by some people. But true joy lies in Christianity. In this video, I want us to look at what I've entitled The Price of One Man. The price of one man. What do you think would be the price of one man if you find one in the boutique or in the mall or in the market? What do you think would be the price of that one man? Well, I've read so many articles and books and then which will try to let you know that man is priceless. In other words, there's no price tag on a man. But I want you to understand that in this life, men may have a price. So I want us to go through the word of the Lord and then see what God is saying through the price of one man. In the book of Romans chapter 5, verses 12 to 17, if you take your time to read this, you're going to see that the Bible talks about through one man sin entered the world, and through one man sin is taken out. The Bible goes on to talk about this one man who is Adam. Through him the world has suffered so many things, and then Jesus happens to be the other one man through whom the world will be delivered. That is very interesting. Yeah, people are not believing in Jesus, but it's through one man that the world had the problems, and through one man the world will be saved. I'm asking myself so many questions. How do we even determine the price of an item? In other words, how do we determine the price of one man? Before we look at how we determine the price of one man, I've read through history. During the slave trade period, a whole human being could cost just one bottle of schnapp. One bottle of schnapp. A whole human being. Barter trade. I bring you one slave, you give me one bottle of schnapp. This happened. This is not just something we are guessing, it's something that happened. History and records prove it. There were people who brought one human being for one bottle of powder, just gunpowder. I want gunpowder to go for hunting, and then you bring your son. And your son, it was exchanged for one bottle or glass of gunpowder. These things happened. In other words, we see that prices were placed on human beings. But I want us to look at how we determine, that is determining the price of a man. You can determine the price of a man, number one, by contacting the owner of the man. In fact, for you to know the price of anything in the market, that thing has an owner. And so it is the owner that brings out the price, and then the price is bargained. In this case, a man will have to receive a price only if the owner of the man is available. Now, this is going to be very funny, especially in people who don't believe that God exists. There are people who say that there is no God. And so such men have to give their own prices because this is where they will believe that they come from apes and rocks and volcanic reactions. But those who believe that there is a God who created man, it is the owner of the man who gives the price of a man. Number two, for you to also price an item, there is something we need to look at. We look at the demand for the item. You know, sometimes you go to the market, and because there is a high demand for something, that thing gains so much price. And when the demand goes down, then you see the price is also affected. And so the demand of an item can determine the price. And I'm asking myself, what is the demand for man in the marketplace? Do you know that it is man that takes away or kills what we call loneliness? There are so many people suffering from loneliness, and the only thing that can kill loneliness is another man. So there are so many people in this world, they are suffering from this loneliness because nobody comes to them. They don't have friends who are intimate. And so many people cannot just stay in solitude. They can't be alone because they need a man to be around. It's so nice and enjoyable when there are friends around. You turn to your left, there's a loved one. You turn to your right, there's somebody around to respond to you. And so the demand of man is always, the demand of man is in every sphere. Is it in the job place, in the church, wherever? Everywhere you go, if you don't meet human beings there and you are the only person there, it kills the appetite of life. So the demand of man is always, it is man who will support you. As I'm speaking to you right now, I need somebody to help me. You need somebody to help you. It's about man. The demand is always at every time, everywhere. The number 3 thing I want us to take notice of in trying to determine the price of a man is the value of the man. You know, you go to the market, the value of something, the value. If I talk about the value, the benefit, the value also can determine the price of an item. Now, I'm asking myself, what is the value of one man? Now, I just told you that in the book of Romans chapter 5, 12 to 17, it talks about through one man sin entered the world, and through sin death came. The sufferings of this world came through one man's disobedience. And then we are seeing that it is through one man that God is delivering this world, if only people will believe in him. So you see that the value of one man is that one man can have a universal influence. Quickly, can I just present to you that there are so many nations having their youth going down the drain. The vision of the youth are being killed because there is somebody called a celebrity who is just throwing dust in the eyes of beautiful youth and then casting them into some kind of hallucination that they are just following. And you know, because some of them are too young to reason, they don't even know what they are following. And so if you have one man without a divine purpose in your country, that alone can sway. It can just take the direction of the youth off. It can put so many of your youth, wonderful youth, into trouble. And this is what we are enjoying now in the world. And some of them have now risen to a certain level that even when they cough, the unlearned youth, those who don't have a clear understanding of life are following. And this is creating so much mess in many countries of this world. I want us to understand that the value of one man is something that we cannot just quantify. One man can be destructive to a whole nation. We have many records in history how single individuals were able to destroy and kill so many innocent souls, destroyed nations, destroyed companies, and brought pain in the lives of people. One man. And so I'm telling you that the value of one man is priceless. It's very difficult to just quantify the value of one man. Now, we are still looking at determining the price of a man. We have seen that you can determine the price of a man by contacting the owner of the man. And the owner of the man is God. The devil has never created a man before. He's a thief, stealing people and using them. But the owner himself is God. Then again, I've made you to understand that the demand, when are men needed? Men are needed every time, everywhere. It is so important to have people around. And then the other aspect where we can determine the price of a man is the value of the man. And we are saying that by one man, the whole world is affected. And then through one man, the whole world will be saved. Just have this in your mind. Now I want to move on to the pricing of men. We have looked at determining the price. Now, the pricing of men in the hands of those who don't own them. Now, number one, I've seen that men can take their lives into their own hands. It looks like an item going to the market to sell itself. Well, in real life situation, it doesn't happen. You don't see a mobile phone walking to the market to say, buy me. You don't see fruits going to the market to say, I am fruit, buy me. You don't see clothing going into the market to say, buy me. Anytime you see the clothing in market, the owner is around. Anytime you see a product in market, the owner is around. So those who own the items have to be around to determine the price. In our generation, we are painting a picture that looks very unreal. Why am I saying this? So many human beings have taken themselves. They are the product. They have taken themselves to the marketplace to sell themselves. Can you imagine how are you going to even feel if you see a product walking in market and the product is saying buy me? So what I'm trying to bring to bear is that if a man will price himself, then there is a key I want us to look at. A man can never ever overprice himself. There is no possibility of a man overpricing himself. But the possibility that lies for the man is that the man can downprice himself. I want you to get this. No man on this earth can overprice himself, because the higher you go, the lower you still hit, because the price of a man is priceless. And so when you think you are big and you think you are elevating yourself for a higher price, you are even doing it less, because in the eyes of God, no price is adequate for you. You are bigger than you think. You are valuable than you think. One man can do better in value, in demand, and per your owner's description of you, you are higher than you think. And so anytime you carry yourself out there and then trying to portray yourself to be somebody you are not, you are rather downpricing yourself. In fact, the way you behave, you thought you have lifted yourself, but rather you sent yourself lower. And so I want you to understand that these things happen because the man is disconnected from the owner. Number two, the man does not know his demand. You don't know your demand. And number three, the man does not know his value. I'm saying these things because so many wonderful youth, beautiful and girls and handsome guys are going out there selling themselves and giving themselves into things very cheap. People take them for granted. It looks like the ancient time where one man, a slave, was priced as one bottle of shnap. It looks like that price was better. When slaves were bought for one bottle of shnap, others one glass of gunpowder, it looks that their price was better. Because today, here we are, beautiful girls are selling themselves for a price lower. Some of them even sell themselves for nothing. And so the reason why we have this in our generation is that people have not been schooled about their owner, their demand, and their value. You know, sometimes you hear people speak on social media here and there, and they are saying that I value, you have to respect me, you have to respect me. And the next thing is that we ask them, what do you think your value is? And they are mentioning something. You don't even know your value. Your value can only be determined by the one who owns you. He is the one who knows your demand level, and he is the one who knows what you actually value. And so the price will always go down if these three things are broken. If there is a disconnection between these three cardinal points, then there's going to be a problem. The final aspect of the lesson talks about correct pricing. How can I do a correct pricing? How can I do a correct pricing? Don't forget that no amount of money is worth one man in this world. People have been used to build estates. People have been used to make others popular. There is no celebrity in this world without a people backing him or her. Yes, they have become popular because the unknown person is backing them. Anybody who is everywhere and has become a star, as they call it, is there because people who are not known are those in the background pushing them up. The demand, the value. I want you to understand that every one of us is a serious demand or a commodity that is being sought after. In fact, you are somebody they are looking for. They are looking for me. They want to use us for their own good. But you and I need to understand that if we can do a correct pricing of ourselves, then we need to be schooled about our owner, because the owner has the better price and your owner is God. Well, you can debate with me. The moment you throw God off as your owner, then you have to land with the apes and the rocks. Is that where you come from? I don't think so. You are too valuable to come from an ape. And so our connection to the owner is very important for correct pricing. Number two, our demand. That's why I'm saying that you don't know the number of entities looking for you. The devil is looking for you. The devil and his influence people are looking for you. They want you to follow them. They want you to do this and that and that. And all that they are looking for is that they want to use you to satisfy their own desires. How many people watching me through this video have been used? How many people watching me through this video, you may be a poor person, but you have made someone rich, and you might not even know. People have come opening their arms to you as if they love you, but they have used you to a point that you cannot be recovered. And that is why I'm saying all these things are happening because you have separated yourself from the owner. If you can get yourself connected to the owner, you will see the actual price that you stand for. And then your demand. And then the last aspect is your value. Your value lies with your owner. It is God who knows your value. It is God who knows your value. My sister, my brother, my father, my mother, whoever is watching me through this video, it may be the plan of God that you come across this video. I'm asking you, what is the price of one man? Can you be bold and tell me your price? No man knows his price. Your price lies with your owner. No gadget in the store, no cloth in the boutique knows its price. The price you see on the cloth was placed there by the owner. It is God who knows your price. And because we have thrown God out of our system, no more price for the man. You don't even have a price anymore. Everything goes. Drink anything, live anyhow, walk with anybody, befriending people. I'm jumping from one man to another. Sometimes I sit by social media, the news, and when I see what is happening to people, then the first thing that comes into mind is that they don't know their price because they are separated from their owner. And therefore, they don't know that they are being demanded for, and they don't know their value. I pray for myself and I pray for somebody. Don't let this generation fail. Don't let this generation become a stench in the nostril of the owner. Let us open ourselves with this energy and enthusiasm, seek our owner, and our price will come. Wonderful things are in place for us. There are so many good things in place for us. The one who made us, he knows how to sustain us. I am beckoning on you. I am pleading with you. Seek for your owner. God has opened his arms. Don't wait until things have gone out of hand. It will be too late. Come now. Make the choice now. Yes, there may be suffering and rejections. Just go through it and look for your owner. All you lose will come back to you. Our God is faithful. He made you, he loves you, and he wants you to walk in the light of his glory, where you will be honored more than you think. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause you to have peace even in times of trouble. Jesus is Lord.
Subscribe for more of such videos. Take what you've heard. Liberate yourself with it. Jesus is Lord.